So in today's video, we're going to be doing a decontamination of an attic. Massive infestation, so bad that the fire sprinkler company that was going to service it went up there and says, there's no way we can work in that environment. So we're about to clean up, find all the entry points, and we're about to do that right now. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go outside and look at the perimeter here and see what we have with respect to any openings. What'd you find, Ben?
On my preliminary look, there's just a few. There's one, it's not gonna be able to see on.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, you gotta get up on the ladder. I was reaching back there and everything. There's potential access, so things like this on the exterior are going to be sealed up. Of course, we have a tile roof, so it's a little more difficult to work up there.
Right.
But we'll be doing pretty much most things within the attic. So.
Got it. See, they've got some fruit trees here as well. Huh, interesting. So upstairs,
yes,
your wife and kids hear scratching in the ceiling?
Scratching, maybe running, something like that.
Okay.
So when we we've been hearing it before, you know. So
Okay.
Quite a while ago, I set a trap, and I caught one.
Nice. Congrats.
Yeah, you know, one of those big glue traps. And then they kind of they got what you guys call, I think, disrupted, because after that, you know, like,
Was it quiet?
there was, it was silent. And there was no more
more
none
noise.
of those scratching anymore, no more noises, you know. But then, like, maybe a few months, it was a while, you know. It took a while before they came back.
Got it.
It happened again.
So you guys just heard Paul, heard a little bit of noise. He was pretty proactive about it, installed the sticky trap, was successful, didn't hear anything for a few months. So that's a pretty common flow here, guys, is that you think you've got them and you kind of wait. But what happens is, especially with attics, is a lot of their pheromones and their odor that they've left behind, it attracts other rodents. So you may catch one or two and feel like you've got them, but if those entry points have not been identified and closed off, then it's just a matter of time where other rodents are going to continue to come in and infest that living space like the crawl space. So, so something to think about. Okay, well, here's the attic space here. Apparently, sprinkler company came in here and said there's no way we can work in this environment. So look at that. So all this is going to come out today. That's why it's really important to be able to remove insulation, because that's what you get to expose right there. All right, so we're going to build our critical barrier in this area right here. And then as you can see, our team member, Steven, is starting the floor protection right now, all the way down the steps. The great thing about it is that we've got the front door, so we'll be able to take all the insulation out, go through here, and take it to the outside. All right, you can see here we've wrapped all the bad insulation here. We're starting to remove. Got the team in here.
Jen, there's a nest right here in this far end.
Oh, here, show me.
You see the pieces right there?
Yep. That's why it's really important to remove all of the insulation when you have a rodent infestation in the attic, because you just don't know where they're migrating to. I mean, they literally have been all over this entire attic, nesting on one side. So that's why it's super, super critical. A lot of customers say, oh, I don't really need to remove everything. I've only seen a few droppings here and there. Definitely necessary. Paul is very, very lucky with this fire sprinkler system here that's plastic. They haven't chewed on it, but you could see some of the secretion here, right here. Yeah, they chew through that pipe. That's causing massive water damage. So as you remove the insulation, it's really imperative to look for any entry points while you're in that area. So on this side it looks pretty good, even though there was some nesting in this side. Gotta remember, rodents, they'll nest 50 feet within their entry point. So they'll get into a building and they'll stay within 50 feet of their nest. So again, it's a thorough inspection once the insulation has been removed. All right, so while the team is up in the attic doing all of the removal of the insulation, I'm gonna do a perimeter check to see if there's any suspect areas. There's one right here that I see that we're going to exclude. Now, one of the things, you guys, that is imperative when it comes to rodent control is a lot of content that's up against the house, like this. Really imperative to minimize that as much as possible. When you have fruit trees like this, and then sheds are also a great breeding ground for rodents. They absolutely love nesting in here, and then sometimes they will intrude into the attic. So always inspect sheds, very important, that are close to a house, because that can give you a lot of details as well. A lot of times if you take care of this outside harboring content close to the house, along with investigating sheds, things like that, that really deters a lot of rodents, believe it or not. So I finished my perimeter inspection. That way it gives us a game plan of what needs to be excluded. And then you just want to look for suspect areas like this bougainvillea here, for example. I've already could see that this is a potential source for them to climb up against the house, get up on the roof, and then get up into a possible entry point where the attic is. So always want to trim landscape, trees, things like that away from the house. All right, so let's go back up into the attic and see how the guys are doing up there with the removal. So one of the most frequent questions we often get, in fact, it's probably the biggest question we get, is how much does it cost to decontaminate an attic? And that's a great question. It really depends on the attic space. Sometimes attics are very, very tight. It also depends on the infestation. How bad? Do you have bad insulation? Do you have blown in insulation? How many entry points do we need to close up? Is there piping that's involved that needs to also be repaired? So all that dictates the price. But you can expect to pay for a very large attic with massive decontamination as high as of about $16,000. But on a smaller scale with a smaller attic, you can expect to pay as low as $950. So I know that's a broad range, but that's kind of what to expect, and hopefully that answered your question. All right, you can see the amount of bags so far that we've had to bag and dispose here. So this is not even halfway in yet. So you can see the amount of insulation there is in Paul's attic. Once all the insulation, we'll start to vacuum, and then we'll use our Twinzyme to decontaminate and do all the wipe downs of all the structures. So if you guys need some of this, it's pretty awesome. Just go to shop.twinhomeexperts.com and you can find all our products that we use on our jobs, all on that Twin store. Anything over there, Thompson?
Towards the side of the house over here, there's in the last bay, there's a lot of droppings right there.
Okay, oh yeah, look at this.
Yeah, there's even more over there in the last bay. I don't know, they must be getting in from somehow there, over there.
This is why the insulation, see, you get things like this completely exposed. You have to really inspect thoroughly when all the insulation has been removed. You can see that sticky rat trap got away that Paul described. Looks like they bit right through or chewed. Looks like they chewed right through the sticky trap. Got away. All right, the team's doing an incredible job at removing all of the contaminated insulation. So once the final insulation has been removed, we're going to begin to really locate where those entry points are. There's a couple different suspect areas. We know that this side of the access point is highly impacted, although they've been sort of migrating throughout. So that's why it's super, super important, you guys, is to, when you hear a little activity and you trap and you think you've got it and you're not hearing any activity, that doesn't mean that they're not in that attic. So very, very important to be very, very proactive. Hear anything, get to the bottom of it right away. All right, so the insulation's been removed. That's always the biggest anticipation for me, is once it's removed, where are they getting in the attic? That's always the biggest question. I mean, removing the insulation is tough, but finding the entry points where these little rats are getting in is the toughest, most challenging thing. It's like playing chess, you guys. I think I gotta get up on the roof because I'm not seeing anything that's obvious here, and it's a tile roof, so and there's a lot of different vents, so I'm gonna navigate through that right now. I think that's my next option. I just have a hunger, a desire to get in here and figure out how they're invading this space. I think Paul is getting them lunch, the crew lunch. They're making a really good Filipino type of dish. So let's go check them out and see what they're eating. Wow, you guys are... How is it, guys?
Not one, but 2 thumbs up. It's delicious.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What type of dish is this?
Hey, you gotta buy the store. You can buy it in here.
I'm good. What type of dish is this?
Pancit.
Pancit?
Pancit.
Yeah.
Is it a spicy dish?
No.
Noodles. So it has noodles.
The meat, protein.
With the meat, with
Nice.
chicken, with the carrot, and beans, and mushroom.
Very nice. Thank you so much for doing this.
You want one more? One
I'm
more?
good. No, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay.
That
If you don't taste it, you will regret.
That-
Oh my God, I did taste it.
that looks so good. Did you made it? You handmade it?
Yes, I did it. I did it.
That looks good. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, why not?
Thompson, you want more?
Yeah, okay.
What a sweet, sweet lady. That's what's cool about dealing with awesome customers. They really think about the crew and how hard we work, so very thoughtful. All right, while the team is eating, I'm gonna figure out where the best spot is to get up on that roof. Look, let me show you guys. So here's the roof right here. There's that attic space right where a lot of that rat feces is, where those vents are. But that far corner, you guys, I don't know if you could see it, but it's way over there where the roof pitch goes all the way down and meets that clay tile. I want to go and investigate that further. Thompson said that it continues to go this way in the attic space, but we're not able to get through there. So I think this side though is definitely an area of possibilities where they're coming in. In the meantime, guys, look at how much bags of insulation we removed from this attic. All right, so up on the roof here, I want to make sure that you step on tile roofs. You want to step always here. So if you're hiring other rodent guys, make sure that they know how to walk on a clay tile roof. So these are really good right here. If you have a clay tile roof, these front covers right here, these are awesome. Highly recommend those. I'm using my hand here and I'm walking along using the ridge line here, the roof ridge line, to support me. Look at this vent right here. Get my mirror in there. That looks yeah, that looks like it's screened off well. No issues there, but where I'm headed, you guys, is right here. That's where they're getting in, right there. Right there. Big old hole, guys. And the thing is, you can't get that. You can't close out. Oh, there's another one right here. Look at that. Right there. Right there. And right there. You see the urine mark right here too at the clay? There's a lot of urine staining right there. So I bet they're coming in up from that bougainvillea, up on the roof, across, and then right into here. All right, these tiles are super, super hot from the sun. So I gotta kind of move quickly, but I've got my steel wool here that I'm gonna stuff in there. Tight area here, right there. Get on the other side. So we've packed that in really well, packed that in. And I'm just gonna do some spray foam here, fill this area up, and then add some to the spray foam. See what I did there, you guys, is I packed it with the wool, I foamed it, and then packed it again with wool. So you don't want to just ever use the spray foam because the rats will chew right through it. All right, guys, see, we could completely seal that off. So there's expansion foam stuffed with
Steel wool.
steel wool. So that's the fun part of this. It's like playing chess. You got to have an eye for this and really go beyond. You know, a lot of guys wouldn't climb up this clay tile roof, but look at that right there. That's the spot right there. So anyhow, let's go down to the attic.
Don't say rat if you are talking with rat, and then they will hear it from you. So if you are planning to kill them, don't say anything, just feed them, and then they will not touch you.
Because they're smart, right?
They are smart, right? Right now, as you said, there's no more rat in there because the last time they were talking about them, now they're gone.
They know
leave.
it. They have
They
it.
know it. They know that you're coming, so they pack right away.
They leave.
Yeah.
And then when we're gone, they come back, right?
No, they will not come back anymore because you said you're gonna patch it, right?
Oh, I like that. I
But
like
then-
that.
But then if they're wise, really, they gonna make another.
Yes.
Don't make another hole now.
But later.
Not later. No more hole.
No more. So why don't we walk around the house and we'll talk to the rats to say, don't ever come back.
That's what I gonna do later.
Extension.
Okay guys, we're going ahead using our Twinzyme here. We're going to be fogging it now. That really neutralizes the odors. That's so clean, I can eat off of it. Smells so much better. I'm going to go around the house and yell, rats go away for good. Rats go away for good, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
They will hear you.
Rats, go away for good. Don't ever come back, rats. Rats, don't ever, ever come back. Rats, don't ever, ever come back. I think they're never coming back. I think she's right. They're listening to us. They've ran off and they're gone forever. Okay, well, I went around and I yelled throughout the house and yelled out, rats, don't ever, ever come back.
What did they not say?
I didn't hear him. I heard a little bit of. All right, guys, another successful attic decontamination job. Super excited about the findings up on that roof, thanks to this little guy right here. And thanks to Felicia, she was awesome. Made the team lunch. She was a joy to work with as well. So leave your comments down below. Love to hear. Hit that subscribe button. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.